IHTM Sports.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Indian Hill Stadium, Tomahawk Stadium, and opening night here with the Indian Hill Braves hosting the Roger Bacon Spartans. I'm Tony Harris, here with my partner Brian Shaw to bring you all the action tonight and hopefully the rest of the season. Brian, welcome.
Tony, I worried all morning as I was driving downtown about how you would introduce me because sometimes it gets a little rough. And I got to say, I'm kind of disappointed you didn't work anything out.
I want to give you a break on the first game, Brian.
Well, Happy New Year and exciting game tonight. Looking forward to this. I think we're going to have a good one.
A lot of changes here on the Braves side. A different quarterback look and something that's really going to be interesting tonight and the rest of the season. Again, a new quarterback for the Braves who wears number 5.
Yeah, so, and a guy that, if you want to put your team in the hands of somebody that's a great teammate, unselfish player, guy that finds a way to get things done, this is the guy, Devlin Daniel. It's amazing the first couple of years watching him run the football and how physical he is and how gifted he is. Great to have the ball in his hands every single play, and he just happens to throw it really well, to boot. So it's going to be a great season. Looking forward to it.
As Brian mentioned, Devlin Daniel, his freshman and sophomore years combined, rushed for over 3,400 yards in just those freshman and sophomore years, and now he'll be touching the ball in every offensive play as the quarterback. And the word if Devlin Daniel can throw is baseball. He can throw the ball well over 90 miles an hour and throw strikes from center field. So if he can get a little bit of time and find his receivers, he is more than a dual threat. So it'll be fun to watch him, and he's got several receivers coming back that performed very well last year, and that should be exciting and interesting for the Braves and all the fans here.
So a perfect night for football. Cooler temperatures than what we've had the last couple of weeks. Put the pickle juice away. I'm sure the kids are plenty hydrated. Hopefully we won't have too many cramps tonight. It's always a concern this early in the season, but beautiful night for football. And Booster Bash up on the hill. So as I look up there, all the kids now starting to file out from some of the bounce houses and the concessions, and just carnival-like atmosphere up there. Great job by this athletic department.
Well, Brian Phelps is the esteemed athletic director here and does a phenomenal job making things fun and exciting and interesting for the entire student body and the entire school. So it's great that many people participate, whether they're in high school, middle school, elementary, and even primary. And it's a family affair.
Let's take a time out for the national anthem.
it's the Indian Hill Band playing the national anthem under the direction of Don Barker, and always doing an outstanding job. Hopefully we'll see a nice halftime performance from them here a little bit later. The Braves getting ready to rush through the tunnel, and Roger Bacon, Mike Blau, their fine football coach, is his 11th year at Roger Bacon. That's a long time at one school. Of course, back in 2007, 2008, a guy named John Rodenberg was the coach at Roger Bacon, and he's now on the sidelines for the Braves as the Braves head coach. And the Braves coming out, you see waving the flag, Jackson Fry, the outstanding senior for the Braves, and here they come. Braves co-captains tonight, Evan Riggs, who wears number 2, George Vollmer wears number 3, Jackson Fry, number 9, carrying the flag, and Drew Rader, big number 54 for the Braves. 4 co-captains, and hopefully to lead this team to a great start and a W here on opening night.
So Jackson got through the banner. The cheerleaders didn't fall over. I mean, we're off to a good start. And here comes Roger Bacon.
Here come the Spartans. I mentioned, led by Mike Blau. Last year they were 4-1 in the Miami Valley Conference, and 6-5 overall. They did make the playoffs. They returned their outstanding quarterback, Bubba Smart, as a senior this year, and he will hold all the Roger Bacon passing records, assuming he stays healthy through his senior year.
Yeah, tremendous quarterback. 3rd year of varsity football coming up here. His mom, Amy, is a teacher in the Indian Hill School District. So a homecoming of sorts for the Smart family. I'm sure they're a little split tonight on some of the things, but not football. They're all in on Bacon tonight.
Although, anyway, Smart last year threw for 1,853 yards with 26 touchdowns and just 8 interceptions. But he is missing 3 of his top 4 receivers from last year, and with that inexperience, the Braves are hoping to capitalize and help neutralize Mr. Smart.
Well, you know, it's so interesting. Last year, he threw to 17 different receivers. 7 of them caught touchdowns. So this is a guy that keeps his eyes up. And you can kind of see that statistically. Not a guy that's run for yards. He's actually negative on his career in yardage, but that's because he's taken a sack or 2, because he's always staying with the play. Very impressive for a guy that age to stay downfield. But you can see he's coming off 1st, 2nd, 3rd receiver. I don't think he'll have any trouble tonight.
And kickoff is to boom, boom, boom. Well, that's Dylan Hartman. And Dylan Hartman brings it all the way out to the 45-yard line. Dylan Hartman, really fine defensive back and wide out for the Braves the last couple of years. Also an incredible, outstanding baseball player, and boy, gets the season started well. Heck of a return.
So nice to start if you got a new offensive line, new quarterback, and you're starting from the 45-yard line. Nice to be out in midfield. We talk about a new line, you know, an inexperienced line, but in some regards with a few new starters, but very experienced skill position players, just the opposite of what we were looking at last year.
The Braves get ready here with Devlin Daniel, number 5, the quarterback. We'll be saying his name a lot tonight. And he hands it off to Evan Riggs. And Riggs batters down for about a 7-yard gain on the first play from scrimmage for the Braves. Riggs also a senior and a co-captain this year. The Braves co-captains Evan Riggs, George Vollmer, Jackson Fry, and Drew Rader. So 4 outstanding young men hold the co-captain title this year. Luke Steltenpool, the center for the Braves, Snaps it to Daniel. He gives it off to Riggs, and he comes real close to the first down. I think he's just a hair shy. And it'll be 3rd and a short one. Take him back a little further, so it's a 3rd and a full one.
Yeah, I think for Devlin Daniel tonight, as long as they don't get behind the sticks, I think you're in a comfort position right here with short yardage and a guy that can run it himself. Talk about that line after this play.
Daniel and Riggs in the backfield for the Braves. 3rd and 1. Oh, and Riggs is Roger Bacon smelt that out, and no trickery there, right up to Riggs, and he never had a chance. He was fortunate he didn't fumble the ball.
And so that's just part of the newness of being a quarterback in the decision process. You see Coach Reardon talking to Devlin as he comes off the field. Decision making on read pass option, on option, being able to pull that back and go with it.
Well, 33, Drew Seenan, the soccer player, will be kicking here for the Braves. And he gets off a nice one. Whoa. Fumbled there by Vargo. And the Braves topple him inside the 5. Liam Vargo, junior for Roger Bacon, fumbles the ball, and the Braves all over it.
So we mentioned, Devlin Daniel playing his first game at quarterback. Well, here's the opposite of that. A guy in his 3rd year starting at the varsity level. Bubba Smart going to own every record at Roger Bacon for quarterback here shortly. And this is a guy that has played, this is his 3rd game against Indian Hill. He won a game a couple of years ago as a starter, lost last year, and back for the rubber game.
Roger Bacon returns 2 of their top running backs from last year, number 2, Jerome Smith, and number 24, Jameer Mitchell. Snap it to Smart. And Braves do a great job smelling that out there. That was Jameer Mitchell, the senior, also a co-captain here for Roger Bacon, knocked down after maybe a half a yard gain.
Yeah, Drew Rader in on that, Jackson Fry. Drew Rader, a guy they moved on the inside this year on the offensive side of the ball because he's a mauler. It's a guy that works really well in close spaces. And Roger Bacon going to have their hands full tonight with Rader.
Smart rolls out, and he throws a wobbler, and that's going to be, oh my gosh, incomplete. The throw was there to Evan Otto, the wide receiver, and boy, it was a dying quail, and thought it was anybody's ball.
Yeah, it didn't look like anybody touched it. It just came out of his hand funny, and you're right, that ball could have been fair caught by the defense. Not sure what happened there, but that puts them in a 3rd and long, toe down in their own, deep on their own end.
3rd and 10, obviously passing situation here for Braden Smart. And errors out of his hands and knocked away. Nice play for the Brave, George Vollmer, and they're going to call pass interference.
Yeah, Vollmer doing a nice job. You look at that left arm around and the right arm to defend with the ball. You see it every Saturday, every Sunday. You don't see calls, but tonight, on a Friday night, they're going to make the call. And that'll be good for an automatic first down.
I thought Vollmer had jumped the route, but the referee saw it otherwise, and it's an automatic first down for Roger Bacon. So a 3rd and 10 becomes a 1st and 10, and a new fresh set of downs here for Braden Smart and the Roger Bacon Spartans.
So you look at this Braves defense switching it up last year with 4 down linemen, 3 this year, a 3-5-5 or 3-3-5.
Cuts it out to Gibson. Devon Gibson with a quick out, and Roger Bacon with another first down.
Yeah, and I want to give this guy a little rhythm, and that's what I'm starting to see is Bubba Smart with a little bit of rhythm. Again, this Braves team last year with 4 down linemen, just looking at the personnel this year, decided to go with 3 and then you know, another 3 linebackers and 5 DBs. It's just where the strength of the team is.
Gibson had just 5 catches all last year. He's got 1 here in the first quarter. Up, there's trouble. Mitchell and
Brady Drost.
And George Vollmer pushes him out of bounds there, but
Going to come back.
let's hope.
So we talk about this offensive line being a little bit young and inexperienced for the Braves in a couple of places. Not so with the Roger Bacon Spartans. 4 seniors anchor this offensive line, guys that are back, and these guys played a lot of football. Really good job on that. In spite of the hold, everybody with an assignment, and they got contact with everybody, giving the back an opportunity to break free against that secondary.
Henry Hayes, fine defensive lineman here, a junior, played the first several plays, just came out. They're going to rotate a couple different guys in on the defensive line, and Hayes started, and he'll be out for a couple plays, and I'm sure right back in. Smart fakes, goes to hand it himself, but he is surrounded by 5 different Braves.
Yeah, so not what he does. And traditionally, at least, as a senior, every year the game gets a little different for these guys based on changes to them, characteristics. But so here's a guy behind the sticks. We got, second at about 14-15. And this is the guy that'll hold the ball and keep his eyes downfield. Look for Jackson Hayes to get a little pressure.
Smart rolls out again, and a host of Braves there again. The first one who just missed was Topher Wackel. Topher Wackel with a miss, but forced Smart to duck in, and he was met by a couple of teammates who brought him down. So great teamwork by the Braves.
And so you're going to see it again here on 3rd down.
Why?
This is a guy that's going to keep his eyes downfield, and he's not afraid to take a hit. Braves going to have every opportunity to rush the passer. Did it there, and likely to see it again here. Just a matter of how long it takes him to get the ball out of his hands.
Brian, the guy on the tackle there was Mikel Benanami.
It was.
And it's nice to see him on the football field. He played some basketball for the Braves last year, did a great job. Deep pass, and the receiver falls down. The Braves have the ball. And is that Dylan Hartman again? It is. Dylan Hartman with an interception. He had that great return to start the game, and now he puts the Braves back in an enviable field position.
So I know you're the first one to give the referees kudos when they deserve it. That was a great no call.
Yep.
On the side there. That was contact with the ball that was thrown. Receiver looking back, it was incidental contact, and the Braves able to capitalize on it.
Well, the Braves start their first drive on their own 45. We thought that was good. Now they're going to start on the Roger Bacon 48, so even better. And we have not seen Devlin Daniel carry the ball yet, but I don't think that's far off. In the backfield is Jacob Alexander, along with Devlin Daniel. Fake, and there goes Devlin. His first carry of the year, and that's for 12 yards.
And so we talked about what a good teammate he is and how he's not a stats guy, but really there are going to be points in the game where it's important for him to be a little bit selfish because he's the best player on the field.
So Devlin with a nice 12-yard run to start this drive, and let's see what else is up his sleeve. And he keeps it again. And that's about 15 yards.
And so until Bacon makes an adjustment, makes Devlin Daniel the first guy they hit, this is going to continue to happen. They're going to carve him up. Game of adjustments, and right now, Roger Bacon's going to have to put a hat on it.
Jacob Alexander comes out. Sam Metz comes out, and the Braves continue to substitute and rotating guys in every play. And Devlin Daniel in an empty backfield now. And he darts and dashes and gets about 2, maybe 3 yards. And
the interesting thing on that play, so in an empty backfield, there was no decision for the Bacon players to make. They made the wrong decision a couple of times. Devlin made the wrong decision on the first drive of the game once, and in that one, no decision to make. Still looking for that rollout that is coming with the ability to pass over or run it.
Jacob Alexander in the game with Devlin in the backfield with him. Nice block by Alexander. Devlin looks to throw. He's going to have to keep it, and he gets about maybe a 2-yard gain.
And so what I like about that is going to open up the passing game because guys are going to have to come up and honor that run. I'd love to see him on the other side of the field as a right-handed quarterback, not having to turn his shoulders and being more natural. I'm sure that's coming.
The Braves knocking on the door on the Roger Bacon 21-yard line, and it's 3rd and 6. I'm sorry, on the 16-yard line, 3rd and 6. Steltonpool is the center. Snaps it to Devlin. He pitches it. Alexander, and there's a flag. And we'll see what the flag is. Alexander got up to the 19, or I'm sorry, the 14, and pushed back.
And so you remember a guy named Robert Griffin III. The Bengals went out to D.C. to play him. Marvin Lewis talked all week. We're going to treat him like a running back and hit him every play. Right there, Roger Bacon making a nice adjustment. They're going to go tackle Devlin Daniel first, and then they're going to hit whoever might get the ball if he pitches or if he hands it off. Nice job there by Bacon making an adjustment.
The Braves are penalized. We'll see how. They're gonna spot the ball. We're still trying to figure that out. Referee's going back and forth, and they'll put it down here on the 26-yard line. And
yep, not a problem for this Braves team, even at this part of the field, especially this part of the field, not a problem.
3 wideouts to Devlin's right, 1 to the left. And they're blitzing. Devlin goes to throw it, and he gets it over to George Vollmer, but not enough for a first down.
So we'll see what they look at. If the kick game or they're close enough, they're just going to go for it. So
and it looks the kick. Here comes Drew Steenan, number 33.
And I like this, Toe, because we know what we got with Devin Daniels. What you don't know is, do they think that they can make, what is this going to be, a 37-yard field goal? How comfortable, 36 yards, how comfortable do they feel? And I love the fact that they just run him out, no hesitation.
Cena did a real nice job last year, just 5'7", 155. And it's partially blocked, and it's off to the left.
And so this is a team that, you think back to Nick Heidel and Luke Lundberg and all the guys that they've had that have done such a good job kicking extra points. This is a group that is very consistent. Last year, 46 of 51, but only 4 of 8 from field goals, only 8 tries. Good to see them get one early tonight. I think the more they do it, the better off they're going to be, and they're going to need that when they get down to the playoff schedule.
Roger Bacon takes over on their own 20.
Something Cena can do in practice. He'll get the feel of it in the game, but you got to get opportunities.
Smart hands it off. Ooh, a couple broken tackles there by Mitchell, Jameer Mitchell, and breaks several tackles, gets about a 5-6 yard gain, 5-yard gain.
Yeah, so difference between a 2nd and 12 and a 2nd and 5 from a play calling standpoint, tremendous. Great job by that young man to get his team into a better position.
Mitchell in the backfield for Bacon. And a little swing pass there, but it's dropped, and that'll make it 3rd and 5.
Yeah, just as well for Roger Bacon that it was dropped. Great job. You know, we talk about that 3-3-5. A lot of guys that can run out on this Braves defense. And a couple of guys up front. That's what makes Menominee so incredibly important this year, is to have a stout front three that doesn't need a lot of help.
Third and 5, same backfield. Mitchell and Smart. 3 wide outs here to the bottom of your screen. Jernigan turns him around, number 12. He spins Smart around, and the rest of the Braves come in and finish the job, including Evan Riggs. So that'll be a 4th and 14 now.
We talked about what a good job Smart does keeping his eyes down the field, and generally speaking, that's your friend as a quarterback. But boy, you know, it'd be nice if Bacon was running some quick things, some slants, something to get him an opportunity to get the ball out of his hand. Especially that part of the field, Toe.
Jerrigan made a heck of a play and really spun Smart when had forced him to go where he really didn't want to go. And here's Dylan Hartman back to receive the kick.
Yeah, took his eyes off the receiver with that duress.
Ooh.
Oh boy, got that out. It didn't look so good at the start, but that was nice.
Ooh. Hartman gets crushed down at the 48-yard line of the Braves. But again, great great field position for the Braves to start another drive.
So we mentioned what a beautiful night it is. I'm looking over at that Bacon sideline. Great crowd presence. Brought them all tonight. I love it. And but they're sitting in the sun. Everybody with their hands up trying to see the action. That sun right in their eyes. Home field advantage, I guess. Good news is it's shade for all the players.
So the Braves will start their 3rd drive of the evening from their own 48, and knocked at the door, had a field goal attempt the last drive, and just off to the left, and hopefully a little bit better here.
Yeah, I think right now the order for the Braves, keep it simple, rely on your athleticism, and everybody do your job. Just get in somebody's way.
Ben Sichel down here closest to us. Ooh. Handoff to Ashton Graham.
And the first carry at the varsity level in Ashton's career, so congratulations for that.
Ashton, a starter point guard on the basketball team, a fine basketball player and an outstanding all-around player on the baseball team, and decided to come out his senior year and help his buddies on the football team as well. And he's right back in there at running back to Devlin's left.
So one of the things you love about this level of football.
There goes Devlin. Nice fake, and he pushes and stumbles and bumbles, and it's a good 10, 11-yard gain, and the Braves first down and in action, in business.
So one of the things that we've seen tonight, we haven't mentioned the name of Steltenpool other than to say that he's a starter in center. He's done a great job getting snaps to Daniel. That one, another good snap, and Devlin, nice job. Originally bobbled it, kept it, got control, and upfield.
1st and 10 from the Braves, from the Bacon 41. And here goes Ashton Graham. Oh my gosh, he bumped. They can't bring the man down. Ashton Graham. Heck of a run, Ashton.
So Ashton Graham, after getting stoned on that first carry, gets out there, and I think it looked like he was waiting for somebody to tackle him. Is somebody going to tackle me? I guess not. I'll just keep going. Ashton Graham with a great run.
He goes from the 41 all the way down to the 12. So a 29-yard run for Ashton Graham.
And so mentioning those snaps from Steltenpool, what I've loved so far is every one of them is at the face mask. Devlin Daniel able to keep his eyes up and see what's available to him, because they're asking him to make a lot of decisions, not only about receivers, but about the run game and who's accounted for. They're doing a great job.
Ashton Graham sits down, and Jacob Alexander takes his spot in the backfield with Devlin. And Devlin's going to run it himself. And and gets well, about 2 yards.
Yeah,
and then
another
he
case
pushed out of bounds.
where he's back there by himself, no decision to be made. The guys just pin their ears and come up. Nice job by Roger Bacon.
Clock stopped with 37 seconds left here in the quarter. Now Evan Riggs comes in the game to be Devlin's backfield mate. Riggs number 2 to Devlin's right.
I like this pairing, Toe. A lot of experience there in Evan Riggs.
And a lot of muscle.
Football.
Devlin to pass. Looks right, scrambles left, flips it to Riggs. And Riggs goes out of bounds with a very short gain.
Yeah, Riggs did a really nice job on the release there. Got himself in the middle of the field and gave him a throwing lane. Devlin looking downfield there, had Riggs early to turn it up and get more yardage, but looking downfield.
So the Braves down to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, experience a big thing, and I think for Devlin Daniel right now is a guy that's got a lot of experience football-wise, but not at the quarterback position. Having somebody back there that's experienced, big help.
Devlin by himself, and he stumbles and bumbles and gets inside the 5. So this will be an interesting call as well, Brian. 4th down for the Braves. And
this one down in distance and the position on the field, I think this lends itself. You either pin them in their own part of the field, their own, the back to the end zone, and they're going to have some time to talk about it too with the quarter.
4th and a long one for the Braves. And as we'll switch field position. And
I'm going for it. What about you?
Well, I think the way they lined up, you're right.
Well, I don't know if I'm right.
You're always right, Brian.
I think it's the way to go.
Your wife, Boo, tells me that you are always right.
I've got a hat that says Tony Harris is right about everything. So as we're talking about these coaches on the sideline, of course, we got a lot of the mainstays, Coach Masali with the offensive line, Coach Ham with the linebackers, Dorian back again, Magruder with the DBs, but really cool to see the brothers Thornton, both Jalen out there and Ty Ty talking to quarterbacks. Jalen, of course, working with the defensive line, what else? But love to see those guys together.
Those Thornton brothers certainly laid it on the line, for all their years here at Indian Hill, both outstanding players. And, of course, Jalen got a chance to play quite a bit at West Virginia and is bringing that knowledge here and helping the guys.
And Ty Thornton, if you're putting together an all-time Indian Hill basketball team because of his length and his versatility and his athleticism, for me, if I'm putting together 15 guys or 12 guys, Ty Thornton is definitely on that team.
He had an unfortunate injury. He didn't get to fully show everybody how terrific he really is. At least on the basketball court. Off the court, both Thornton boys do Papa proud.
And good news is we got enough time to miss those guys for the next one. And Rory,
that's right,
who's coming. I think, what, an 8th grader this year?
8th grader, yeah. 4th and 1 for the Braves. And that's Riggs in the backfield now with Devlin Daniel. And here he is. And there's a penalty.
So where that penalty came
it looks
from,
like offsides or something, doesn't it? Or illegal procedure. But Devlin gets in, but we'll see what the zebras say. They say procedure, so one of the Braves must have lined up offsides, or too quickly. So now it'll be 3rd and it'll be 4th and 6th. And now we'll see if the call changes, if they'll bring Drew Steinen in, and they will. Steinen coming in here with Brady Drost to hold for him.
Yeah, a little bit of disappointment here, obviously, with the touchdown being called back. But, again, I really like the reps here for young Drew Steinen. Still got another year after this one, so.
You do?
No.
Okay. Gross puts it down, and the kick is good. So the first points of the year, Drew Steinen, the outstanding soccer player, comes over and lends his skills to the Braves football team, and Braves up 3-0 here early in the second quarter.
Yeah, this Braves team, good to see it drive. It was sustained, keeping control of the football for a little bit of time, because so you have to think with this experienced offensive line, with an experienced quarterback and a good run game, this Bacon team is going to put some points up on the board at some point.
Mentioned Brady Drost with the hold there. Drost, an outstanding athlete, plays basketball, and baseball, and as well as football. A man for all seasons.
And so, looking at last year you mentioned Bacon at 6-4, and the Braves finished up 7-3. Braves were the 9 seed in Region 16, and Roger Bacon was the 16. Changes this year. Only 12 teams from each region will make it to the playoffs. The first 4 will get a bye, and it'll shorten things up a little bit, but both these teams, I think, look poised to make it. Long season, but looking at all the teams, some great teams in Region 16. Clinton, Massey, Wyoming, Valley View, CHCA. And Taylor's going to be really good this year, even though they've lost a couple guys.
Seenan kicks it off, and there's a whistle, and they're going to call offsides on the Braves. Wow.
Well, you look at the call that cost the touchdown, and then you look at this one, and I think John Rodenberg, looking on the sidelines, it ain't going to be long before they're going to hear about it. And I'm sure as they go into the locker room at the half, they're going to hear about it.
Yeah, it cost them a touchdown. Now it's going to cost 5 yards. And number 33, Drew Seenan, will be now kicking off from the 35.
Some other great games around the city tonight. Lakota West is at St. X. That is going to be a really good one. And Princeton tomorrow is at number 1 Moeller. They're going to play the game at West Claremont.
Vargo deep for Roger Bacon, and it is kicked to him, and he bobbles it, picks it back up, and he is brought down.
Chaz Hayden.
Yeah.
Nice job, Chaz. Way to get him on the ground. Yeah, did a nice job there. Bobbled it. He's already bobbled one on down on his own goal line, and had a little trouble there on the reception, but did a nice job of keeping it moving, knowing that he had time, given how deep he was.
Chaz Hayden, just 5'8", 145, brings him down, but he's used to battling with bigger people.
Got a smile on his face over there talking to Terry Connie. Terry, I believe the first year might have been 1990, early 90s. She's been doing it a long time, done a lot of good for our kids.
Smart hands it off, and a short gain.
And so they've got to do it. Nice job by Bacon to stick with the run. It hasn't always been real fruitful. But if they want to get guys off smart, they got to establish line of scrimmage a little bit.
Well, Mitchell gets a 1-yard gain out of that.
Mitchell's a load over the course of a game. A guy, what is he, 5'8", 210, 212?
Kind of like you. Here he is again. And he keeps on going.
Yeah, sets him up into a nice 3rd and short at a part of the field where, be interesting to see if they throw the ball and it's incomplete, what they choose to do. But as of now, the 3rd and very manageable. One thing you don't see a lot of is as good a quarterback as Bubba Smart is. Be interesting to see if he adds a dimension of running in situations like this to his game. Nothing tougher than a quarterback that just gets 5 yards in a situation like this.
3rd and 2. And he goes to hand it to Mitchell, and boy, is he met.
Well, he certainly didn't do Mitchell any favors there.
Wow. I mean, there were 5 different Braves there. Take your choice, your pick on who you want to give the tackle to. But
yeah. And while we thought it might be an interesting decision, had they kept the line of scrimmage, you get moved back like that. I think, given the way this game's gone, great call here to punt that thing. Took themselves out of a decision. Also, the Battle of Hamilton tonight, too. At Hamilton, it'll be the visiting Hamilton-Baden Rams. So a lot of bragging rights up there tonight.
Otto will be kicking to Dylan Hartman. Dylan on the 25-yard line almost right now for the Braves. Oh, and it's the kick goes up, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Braves are going to get it right around midfield.
Yeah, Braves got a piece of it, and that all started with a snap that took about 5 minutes to get to the punter.
Referee moves it up. They'll actually, Braves will start on the Bacon 48. So incredible field position for the Braves all game so far.
Dorian Magruder over there talking to the referee said, hey, easy, big fella. And then Jazz Hayden getting in on it. Not sure what that guy had to say.
They wanted that ball positioned even further up.
No, I know, but when you're a sophomore, you know, that's not really your role. Kind of funny. I like it. Remember when John Pottergill jumped up, called that timeout in basketball? I love that too.
Ashton Graham back in the game to be Devlin Daniels' sidekick, and he will have the ball.
Nice job.
Ashton Graham. Look at that man go, and they're going to call a penalty. They're going to call holding. It was away from the play. It wasn't even necessary. They're going to call on Jake Freshwater.
Boy, that's tough.
They were on the other side. I mean, they were 25, 30 yards from the play. It wasn't even...
Yeah.
But this is the same referee that's called the offsides on the Braves, the previous 2 plays. And, boy.
So, you know, we'll see what... definitively what the call is here.
They're calling, man.
And so, you know, I mean, you love the competitive spirit, but you got to be smart and know where the ball is and where you are. Just no play to be made over there. But again, how about Ashton Graham? He's like, is it this easy? Do you guys not tackle in this game? Hadn't played football in a while.
Well, they list Ashton at 6'3", 195. And, you know, he plays basketball like a football player, right? I mean, he's rugged, he's tough, he embraces contact, and he's certainly doing that tonight. And, you know, what a shame that this one's called back, because that was a heck of a run.
Yeah, Ashton thinking he should have come out here a few years ago. If it's this easy.
Well, I think you got to get a little credit there to Stelton, Poole, and Rader and some of those guys that opening up some holes.
Yeah, good job by the guys up front, no question. That second level, though, for Bacon, got to tighten up and get guys on the ground.
Well, Jacob Alexander.
Good play call right there to get some of it back, get yourself close, and until once you get over the 50, it could be that they look at it and say we're playing with house money. So on this second down, you know, you're not trying to get 20 yards. You know, if you can get 8 or 9, you got to feel pretty good about it.
Well, it's 2nd and 25. It might be a passing situation. And Devlin really hasn't thrown downfield much at all yet.
And I don't think he has to here. I think you're going for something you can complete. You just need good yardage right here.
Empty backfield. And here comes a blitz. And I could call a procedure again on the Braves.
Yeah, it looked like on the left side, the Braves receivers are running some dig routes. I like that setup. Got to get there, though. Got to clean it up. Coach Rodenberg with plenty to talk about here at halftime.
Well, a lot of missed opportunities here for the Braves, and second and 20. And here comes the blitz. Devlin rolls out, and fires.
Nice.
Nice play there. That's Dylan Hartman with the catch, and that'll get a little bit of it back.
Nice throw, good coverage over there by Christian Bird. And, you know, but what Bird did really well there is to let go. When he takes him to the ground, you could have a penalty to give the Braves an automatic first down. Little things like that with discipline sometimes get overlooked. Nice job over there by Bird.
Jacob Alexander comes in as a running back with Devlin Daniel. The Braves now at 3rd and 11.
Bird, a good basketball player and a good corner.
Daniels with plenty of time and overthrows Dylan Hartman. So unfortunately had him open and just a little bit high.
Yeah, right now just looking for positive plays, maybe middle of the field, some easier throws, little run after the catch, stuff like that. Kind of tough, a little out. It seems easy, but your opposite hash, a little distance on that. He'll make that throw. It'll be interesting to see his progression as we go from week 1 into week 5, 6, 7. I think by that time, you'll start to see him making throws that look a lot different. And it's timing. It's really not the ball coming out of his hand. It's more timing. Ooh. Nice job there.
Well, that was Bubba Smart. No, that was Vargo. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Vargo was
and give Vargo credit because he's had a few things. You know, it'd been easy to back away from that ball and cost your team 10, 15 yards on the roll. You know, really a nice job to come up there and field that thing, given the way the first half's gone for that young man. That's kind of, you know, that's the kind of character and the toughness that you hope these guys get out of this game. That's really what it's good for.
So Bacon will start their drive here on the Braves, let's call it the 16-17 with 7:44 left until halftime.
That big line of Newton, Coleman, Dillon, Siegel, and Pauly coming out here for Bacon. They really could use a sustained drive right now.
Smart and Mitchell in the backfield. Smart to pass. Oh. And it's, intercepted and dropped there by Brady Drost. Had it in his hand. No, I'm sorry. Was that? Yeah, it was Brady Drost.
Yeah, another good job by the official not throwing a flag there. Vargo got his feet kind of tangled up with the Braves receiver, and he was open. And a good job not to throw the flag.
Bonanami was the one who knocked him over. If they had gotten there a half a second earlier, it could have been a whole different animal.
You know, in spite of all the experience for Bubba Smart, you know, you're still talking first game of the year. He's going to get better, too.
Ooh. There goes Mitchell, who's had quite a few carries already this half and gets some of it back, but we've got a 3rd and 4.
And some plays are bigger than others. Here we go. We got a little over 7 minutes left in this first half. And Bacon with an opportunity to get another set of downs and get down the field and threaten. Indian Hill with a chance to get off the field, get the ball, get another score, and be up 2 scores potentially going into the half. Big play right here.
Pitches it to Mitchell, and he is brought down right away by Evan Riggs. Evan Riggs smelled it out and got there quickly, brought him down by his ankles, and that'll bring up a 4th and 3.
So I think right now the Braves defense and the change they made with 5 defensive backs on the field, I think that's having a little bit of an effect on Bubba Smart and this Roger Bacon offense. And they had plenty of time to prepare for it. But they right there tells you all you need to know that they thought the run play was their best option at a critical point in this football game.
Dylan Hartman back again for the Braves. And Evan Otto getting ready to punt here for Roger Bacon. Oh, Evan Riggs almost got that one too. Here's a fair catch.
Nice job.
And Hartman gives the Braves again incredible field position at their own 47 to start this drive.
Yeah, great job by Hartman. And you can kind of see that punter really trying to hurry things up there because he doesn't have the greatest snap and the greatest protection. Good job again by Riggs to get in there and cause a little ruckus.
Riggs does a real nice job. 2 plays in a row. He brings the runner down before he can get started, and then almost blocks a punt.
All right, Braves with a golden opportunity right here to get a little distance in this game and go into the half feeling really good about things in spite of some mistakes.
Vollmer and Freshwater. No, Vollmer goes in motion. And goes Alexander, and he's brought right down.
Alexander, another one of those pieces for the Braves, a big, strong kid that can run. Got a couple of those guys on this team. Really good to see him get some carries. And so they've done a really good job of getting different guys involved. You know, we've had years where you're kind of like, hey, when are we going to get Zarian the ball? When are we going to get him more carries? We're going to need him later in the year. Braves coaching staff doing a great job.
No, they've rotated 3 running backs today. Alexander, Ashton Graham, and Riggs. There's Alec. Nope, Devlin's going to keep it himself. There's a first down, and there's maybe more. Devlin lunges down to the 36, 37-yard line, and the Braves with a first down with 5 minutes left here in the till halftime.
And so that's one where you kind of get the sense he's getting a little more comfortable with the exchange, the decision-making that precedes the exchange, getting a little more comfortable in how to use that back to take some heat off him, make guys make decisions on the defense. That looked really good. That's a good harbinger.
1st and 10 on the 37. Not again. Son of a gun.
And, you know, the thing that hurts about that is you're showing something that we haven't seen yet. Devlin going to go up to the line, make him honor the run, and then drop back and throw that ball. And I think we were going to have something downfield, which we haven't seen yet. And an easy one downfield. Little air under it, little go route. Love it. Just hate that we showed it. Hate that we showed it.
Well, Brian, that's either the 4th or 5th legal procedure penalty of the first half of the Braves, and
got a feeling they'll come back to it.
Now Roger Bacon's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, good call. Good call. This is a big part of the game for them as well, and you know it all starts right here. You got them behind the chains. You'd like to have a play where they come out of that and they're still looking at forever. So this line, we talked about the new guys. Let's talk about the guys that have got a lot of experience. And really, Drew Rader, a ton of experience. Luke Steltenpole has played a lot of football. But Jeremiah Westmoreland, a new guy on that line, a junior. And his time has come, and I'm happy for him. Good to see him out there. Henry Hayes, who they lovingly refer to as Rutherford B. Hayes. Got to love that. The kids that know their history. And then probably the most interesting of all is Jacob Harvey, a guy that came over here from the developmental league in Germany, was originally supposed to go to high school in Georgia. It didn't work out for whatever reason. And then he started looking around, and it was the academic reputation of Indian Hill High School that drew him to come here. And there are others in Germany that are looking to come in the future. So it'll be interesting to see if Indian Hill gets its share of those guys. He's over at left tackle. Or I'm sorry, he's right tackle.
Yeah. Alexander brought down after maybe a 1-yard gain. And that penalty really hurts. That's 2nd and 14 now.
Speaking of Henry Hayes, you know, we had a couple of guys last year that no longer with us on this. Robert Hayes and Aiden Rippey, 2 massive offensive linemen, both 6'5", 280, 290. Robert Hayes up at Youngstown State right now, and Aiden Rippey at Ohio Dominican. Good luck to those guys.
Little razzle-dazzle back there. Devlin
boy, that looked late.
Faking it and keeps it himself. And again, another modest gain, and we bring up a 3rd and 12. 4-yard gain for Devlin. We're getting close to the 3-minute mark here until halftime. And Got Ashton Graham in the backfield now. Oy.
Okay.
Oh, my.
Okay. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
And Devlin Daniel gets the first down.
Yeah.
My Lord.
So as soon as you saw him go to the left and guys left their responsibility, you knew that was going to happen. There was no way in the world that first tackle was going to happen in the open field. Then it's just a matter of strength.
Brian,
and able to bull his way to the first down.
That was a 14-yard gain, and he ran 44 yards to gain for a 14-yard gain.
Really tough to stay in your assignment on this left side of the field when the ball goes to the opposite end, but if you don't have numbers, and if you don't have numbers, you're not tackling him.
Braves go 1st and 10 here on the 25-yard line. Oh, Alexander is brought down immediately.
Braves fortunate that they maintained possession of the football right there. He's trying to get that ball tucked and got hit immediately. And for a guy without a lot of experience, nice job holding on to the football.
Tackler was Tom Bettinghouse.
That's the Cincinnati name right there, is it not?
Yep.
Yeah, they got a couple of really, really solid linebackers in Tom Bettinghouse and Max Hoffman. We haven't heard a whole lot from Hoffman tonight as far as disruptive plays, but boy, he is really solid.
What's going
Middle
on?
of that defense. So the other thing I'm seeing is, Bacon, you look at the guys with the hands on the hips. The Braves have done a nice job rotating guys through. You got to trust a lot of guys to not wear them out on both sides of the line. Bacon, for whatever reason, got a lot of guys playing both ways.
Here comes a blitz.
Oh,
Daniel pulls back, and there's nothing there. He gets rid of it.
Just mentioned Hoffman and not a lot of disruption yet, and there you go. Be careful what you ask for. Great job there, Max Hoffman.
Yep.
Last year, a first-team MVC player. He played a lot of football and did a nice job getting in there and staying solid on the, it's kind of like in basketball on a closeout, just staying balanced. Didn't allow Devlin Daniel to shake him.
Hoffman's one of the co-captains for Roger Bacon tonight, along with 66 Coleman, 24 the running back Mitchell, and Bubba Smart.
And Mitchell out on the edge here on this defense. Again, these Bacon players, a lot of guys going both ways.
Oy, and it's intercepted. He tried to get it in there to Ben Sichel, and didn't quite get through the window there.
So Roger Bacon has dodged a bullet. They have absolutely dodged a bullet here. They got the goal line situation where Indian Hill settles for a field goal. We have a missed field goal on the other side, which was a long one. And then we've got this situation with the turnover right before the half. This game could be a lot different. Be interesting to see what Bacon decides to do here with just 2 minutes left in the half. See how thankful they are, or are they greedy?
Bacon with 2 timeouts left here in this half. The Braves with all 3 of theirs. Smart takes the snap, and a beautiful pass. Did he catch it?
No, he didn't. But how about that? How about that arm angle?
Yeah.
Holy smokes! That's guy that's played some football, got a little confidence back there.
Yeah, he tries to throw it there to Liam Vargo, and Vargo can't quite come up with it. But
and great trust for another guy in Vargo that's played a lot of football. Yeah, these guys have been together for a couple of years now. Liam Vargo, a junior. But a lot of trust to know he's gonna go through on that route and be where he's supposed to be.
2nd and 10. Here's a pass out in the flat to Otto, and Otto, also the punter, he gets the first down and moves the chains.
So that's a tough one because you got a chance to get him out of bounds. You got a chance to contain him back here, and Braves unable to do it. Roger Bacon now, they get a little further out, you know. I mean, still almost 2 minutes left in this half. You get another first down, all of a sudden, they're going to be ultra aggressive.
And they do have 2 timeouts remaining. Smart looks out again. There goes Evan Riggs. No.
Did he get out?
And there's Vargo, and he does get out of bounds. So Smart holds the ball onto the ball long and gets rid of it in time, and Vargo gets another first down there for Roger Bacon. This is their best drive of the game.
Yeah, I love that. Wonder where that comes from. You know, a guy that age that's able to keep his eyes up and does a really nice job. Not many guys can do that. Of course, that does lead to opportunities for big plays on the defensive side.
Well, out there, boy.
Nice job getting out of bounds, too. There you go, another senior.
Yep, Mitchell and does a great job in the backfield. They haven't played Jerome Smith, their other running back, very much at all tonight. Mitchell has gotten most of the carries, if not all of them, and does a real nice job right there.
And so, you know, great job with pressure by the Braves. Even better job by Bacon to see it, to get rid of the ball, get it out to a safety. That takes 2. That takes the back as well to make himself available and catch that. But the one thing you can't have is you can't have the guy running maybe 10 yards upfield, but probably 30 yards in total because he's going at an angle and getting out of bounds and saving those timeouts. That's tough.
Well, Coach Rodenberg calls a timeout here. Braves kind of back on their heels a little bit and gives them a chance to regroup.
So this is the 5th time, I believe, or I'm sorry, the 6th time that these two have played. You know, Roger Bacon goes all the way back as a school to 1928, Indian Hill to the mid-50s. But Indian Hill leads that series 4-1. They didn't play until 2005, one of Kevin Seipel's teams, and predictably the score was 42-36 Indian Hill. They played again in 2016. That's a game that was played at St. X High School because Bacon's field had just flooded. I know that because my son broke his leg and was out 6 weeks. But the Braves got him 48-10. The next year, the Braves came back and got him 45-19. And they split the last couple of years with Bacon winning in 2023 and Indian Hill getting them last year. 2 Region 16 teams. It makes a lot of sense these days for the 2 to play. Didn't necessarily in years past.
2nd and 1. Smart changing the call. Again, 3 wide here down to the bottom of the screen. Up, there's an offside legal procedure on big number 66, Coleman, and that'll make it a 2nd and 6 instead of 2nd and 1.
Yeah, and so I think they were about to check into something where he was going downfield. This will probably take a bite out of that, which is good. But that 2nd and really short like that's a free play for the offense. I think Smart saw something, got what he wanted, and turnabout's fair play. I mean, it's happened to the Braves tonight. Finally happens to Bacon.
Smart takes a snap. Oh, my goodness. Jackson Fry. And he's off to the races. Jackson Fry, they tried to flip it up. Jackson Fry can jump. Jackson Fry can run. Jackson Fry can catch. And Jackson Fry can celebrate.
So Jackson Fry, you know, talk about guys that have a little length to them and that are very athletic. Jackson Fry, a very versatile player, can do just about anything on this field. And I don't think Bubba Smart was looking for Jackson Fry to be able to get to that ball, get his hands on it, and get control of it. And then, of course, once he does, Jackson Fry, good enough athlete to get to the house.
Well, he's 6'4", and as you mentioned, he is an athlete. And you got to throw that ball up there to get over his head. And Jackson Fry uses all his athleticism, and then he runs 40 yards. So heck of a play.
I think that hug from Coach Rodenberg for Jackson Fry when he came off the field said it all. The Braves have been bailed out tonight by that single play.
And Drew Seenan knocks it through, and the Braves up 10-0 for you soccer fans. Well, Seenan is a soccer player, so he's going to earn 2 varsity letters this season. And with just $1:28 left until halftime, the Braves have a little bit of a sigh of relief.
So nice job tonight, by the way, on the snaps and exchange, and the holds for this Braves kicking team. Really nice job. Boy, oh boy, what a difference about 10 seconds makes.
Absolutely. Brian, I'm looking down on the field, and Ashton Graham was walking off very gingerly. Something wrong with his right leg, and he's talking to Terry Conti right now, and hopefully she has some magic cream or something to put on there, because Ashton Graham's had a heck of a first half as well.
So, down the line, 5-6 weeks from now, the way the Braves have used their running backs tonight, rotating guys through, you're going to have more guys you can trust. And with Devlin Daniel having the ball in his hands every time, and some of these options he's that's going to make a world of difference. Johnny Maisel with the ball. Maisel's going to beat people to the sideline. How about that? Johnny Maisel, the son of John Maisel and the great Maisel family, grandfather Jack and Uncle Mike Maisel, Legacy Financial, the Green Hills Clan, and Johnny, a big target.
6'6".
Like to be able to throw to that target. Great catch radius. Like to see that in the second half.
He's a 6'6" receiver, and he wasn't expecting to receive on that one, and made a nice recovery and saved the ball, which the Braves might have been able to recover. So with $1:22 left, Bacon down 10. We'll see what they decide to do here: play it safe or go for broke. Bubba Smart, and he is surrounded by Braves, and he's going down, and the Braves might want to use a timeout.
So there is a time to throw it at somebody's feet, and that was that time.
Well, why the hurrying to the line? Braves are going to have to call timeout.
Yeah, Braves got a chance to get this ball back for a long field goal try or better.
That was a 20-yard loss.
Yeah.
And
I think we use it once every couple of weeks during the high school football season. That was a Fran Tarkenton moment.
But I wonder why Roger Bacon was hurrying to the line. Maybe to force the Braves to call time, but they were rushing to the line and wanted to get off a play, and you would think at this point they would just want to kill clock. 2nd and 30. Braves with just 1 timeout remaining, Bacon with 2.
And this halftime can't come fast enough for Roger Bacon. The last couple of minutes just disastrous after a closely contested first few, couple quarters. But you never know, Toe. Things change quickly.
Yeah.
Lose contain, guy gets outside, Smart gets him the ball.
Well, they've got 3 wide here to the bottom of the screen. And Smart is back to throw. And he will throw it out of bounds.
Good decision.
And that'll stop the clock. And the Braves with a timeout left will have hopefully they can stop him here, have a chance at maybe another quick offensive series.
So just too many defensive backs down there, and really nothing available down the field right now. And Bacon's going to have a chance, though, at this half to talk about it. If they can keep it 10 points, it's not, not the end of the world right now. Just don't make it worse if you're Roger Bacon.
3rd and 30 on their own 13, and they're going to hand it off. And Mitchell is down. The Braves will call timeout, and with 36 seconds left until halftime, 4th and 22.
And so the thing that really worries you as Roger Bacon right now is the way that the punt game has been tonight. You've had 1 blocked already. You've had to rush. You don't have a real strong snap situation. You got an experienced punter back there, but, Braves look to have a short field.
I guess Coach Rodenberg has a choice here. They can go after the punt if they want. With 36 seconds left.
Put something on this one. Even if it's low, let him catch it and get it off his foot.
Well, number 4, Dylan Hartman going back, but another guy back in the back, going back for the punt. Number 5. I think he's at halftime. He'll be selling soft drinks and Gatorade and popcorn.
Well, it's kind of interesting. It suggests a sense of urgency that Coach Rodenberg is feeling right now.
Devlin up top on the 49-yard line, and Hartman right behind him. And it's a relatively short kick, and shoot, I thought Dylan could have caught that and saved us 10 yards, but
tell you what, Otto did a heck of a job.
Yep.
Right there. They ought to be
very fortunate. Yep.
Yeah, they ought to be all over him at the half, thanking him for putting them in a situation with 28 seconds left. Of course, anything can happen, but boy, you did your job.
Yep. So the Braves on their own 30 here with 28 seconds left and no timeouts. We'll see if they just take a knee and go into the locker room or try some razzle-dazzle.
Well, the one thing I would say is, if you've got Devlin Daniel and you're able to get outside and get into some space, see what happens, you never know. You just never know. I don't think they'll be putting, well, I shouldn't say that. I'm not going to say it.
No. And, well, Devlin hands it to Jacob Alexander. He gains about 6-7 yards, and that will be the end of the half. It's some disappointing first game jitters maybe, but the Braves take a 10-0 lead into the locker room.
Yeah, and I think you got to feel a little thankful. That one big play really changed this game a little bit, but it's still a tight game.
Yep.
And anybody's game coming out in the second half. Did see some good things, though. Good snaps on the offensive end. I think Devlin's getting a little more comfortable, starting to see him get into a rhythm. And I think for the Braves, that defensive secondary with numbers back there, making it tough on Roger Bacon.
All right, well, thanks for joining us for the first half. Second half will be starting in approximately 20 minutes. Go have a nice soft drink and relax, and please come back and join us in 20.
Braves Marching Band will be performing their program Suite, featuring the musical suites of Gustav Holst and the Nutcracker Suite by Fyodor Ilyich Tchaikovsky. Drum major, is your band ready?
I went in there, like, they were all good.
Braves Marching Band, you can take the field in exhibition. Give it up one more time for your 2025 Braves Marching Band on the direction of drum major Alistair Wu.
Choose the Weiler way today. Tired of the traditional online car shopping experience? When you visit our Weiler websites and have a question, we have dealership professionals who will chat with you live. Rooted in family, driven by you.
All right, team. We got a long day ahead of us, but this is what we do. It's time to go to work. Yeah, let's get it.
We work, we get stuff done.
That's right.
No matter what the problem, we just roll up our sleeves.
We do.
Not afraid of the project,
Oh, no.
not afraid of the time.
Okay.
Say it, I build America, we always on time.
Let's get it.
We work, we get stuff done.
We do.
No matter what the problem,
Yeah.
we just roll up our sleeves.
That's right.
Not afraid of the project,
Oh, no.
not afraid of the time.
We
Say
got
it,
it.
I build America, we always on time.
Let's do
Listen,
it.
do you know the mission?
Huh?
Do you know the story?
Do you?
We've been at it for a minute,
Yeah.
so we're not here for the glory.
Oh, no.
We aggregate, crush rock, 24/7 non-stop. Hot products, high in calcium, low in that magnesium. We'll mix it up, then bag it. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Blast.
Looking for a new home? You'll love SipsyKlein.com. For the latest new listings, price changes, and open houses, make it part of your everyday routine.
When a new listing is posted, I want to be among the first to find it. My secret weapon? SipsyKlein.com. I start each day with a cup of coffee, the latest new listings, price changes, and all the home buying tools I need.
That's just the beginning of what you'll find at SipsyKlein.com.
Choose the Weiler way today. We value your time and convenience. Visit Weiler.com and shop over 7,000 cars. See estimated monthly payments, value your trade, and get pre-approved. Rooted in family, driven by you.
Two, zoom into the guy shooting, please. All right, I'm gonna switch to camera 2. All right, camera 2, you're live. Camera 1, can you zoom back out to include the shot, please? Thank you. All right, and then I need you to get the graphics up, please, for free throw. I think it's, what is it, number 12? All right, graphics are going in. All right, switching to 1. Good shot there, 1. We're gonna go back to 2. I'm gonna take the graphics out. Can we get the scoreboard back on, please? All right, bring those back in. All right, 1 back up. All right, 2, I need you to be close on this one. All right, I need you to follow the point guard as he brings up the ball. All right? All right, going back to 2. 1, I want you now to go down to the other end of the court. Just don't let do a wide shot. We're going to switch to you once you reach the middle of the court. All right, switching to 1. All right, good shot there, 2. Now 2, just stay close, all right? We want you to be close. We want you just to be like a close camera. All right? All right, good shot there, 1. That's good. Oh, and also, camera 2, I want you to try to keep the ball into the frame as much as you can. All right, that's not a bad shot. All right, 2, I want you to zoom in on the guy throwing the ball in, please. All right, not too much. Zoom a little bit back out, all right? Perfect. Announcers, I have a replay of that if you want. All right, we're going to roll a replay. Let's get DDR1 up there, all right?
Have you ever dreamed of your money working for you? Now it's time to make it happen. Whether you're saving for the future, building wealth, or planning for retirement, investing is the key. Have you ever dreamed of your money working for you? Now it's time to make it happen. Whether you're saving for the future, building wealth, or planning for retirement, investing is the key.
At ballandgainer.com, we make investing simple. With expert advice, personalized strategies, and a variety of investment options, you'll feel confident every step of the way.
Start today with as little as $100 and watch your money grow. Don't wait for tomorrow because your future starts now.
Join thousands of other satisfied investors who trust Ball & Gainer to build their financial future. Find us at ballandgainer.com.
Need an eye appointment? Cincinnati Vision Group has been providing eye exams, contact lenses, glaucoma care and treatment for almost 20 years. With 5 different locations around the Cincinnati area, our practice is the Tri-State's leader in accessible care, affordable treatment, and earn trust from all of our patients. Call 513-793-5970 to schedule your eye care appointment today. That's 513-793-5970.
doing in my house? What are you doing in my house?
If your house isn't safe, then neither are you. Dial One Security can provide your family with simple, convenient home security systems that is easy to use and inexpensive. Get an estimate now. Just call 513-527-4400 or go to dial1security.com. The easiest way to protect your family. Dial One Security.
The brand new 2025 Defender all-terrain 3-liter V6 hybrid, 4-wheel drive electric supercharged. Every new purchase is covered by a new vehicle limited warranty for 4 years or 50,000 miles. Start your adventure today at Jaguar Land Rover Cincinnati with the 2025 Defender. Life is an adventure.
Naira Paving gets the job done. We do everything under the sun when it comes to pavement and athletic surfaces. We also can help your property with asphalt paving, line stripping, asphalt maintenance and repair, and seal coating. So if you want your property to look the best it's ever looked, visit nairapaving.com today for your free estimate. Again, visit nairapaving.com today to get your free estimate.
Hey neighbor, how'd you get that house?
Well, I used Sipsy Con Realtor so I could get that.
Well, welcome back to second half action here from Tomahawk Stadium. Braves holding a 10-0 lead over the Roger Bacon Spartans as we get ready to start the third quarter. Tony Harris here with my partner Brian Shaw, bringing you all the action. And Brian, your impressions of the first half.
You know what? I think the Braves did a good job not making big mistakes. You know, it took them a while. They got a lot of guys in different positions, different roles. And they kind of got through it. I think they got better as the half went on. And they did it all without making a mistake that really hurt them on the scoreboard. So I'm impressed. I do note that they're coming out a little bit late. I think the coaches had a little to say, as we expected they might. Wasn't the cleanest first half. But again, no major mistakes to really shoot themselves in the foot. And how about this Braves defense pitching a shutout against a very experienced, very good Roger Bacon offense?
The Braves scoring Drew Seinen with a field goal early in the game, and then midway through the second quarter, Jackson Fry with a pick six and about a 45-yard run after the catch. Very athletic play, and gives the Braves a 10-0 lead and a real boost of confidence here as we go into the second half. And this is Devlin Daniel. It's his first game as a full-time quarterback, and has been running the ball well. A little bit of trouble right now with the passing, but I think he's going to get more comfortable, and hopefully we'll see some of that here in the second half.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see something, you know, every week we're going to see him get better and better and better, just with familiarity. You know, he's a baseball player, game of adjustments. I know he's really good at making adjustments. He doesn't have to make a whole lot of them because he's so talented, but this is really kind of cool to see him going through a situation where he's learning something new. Really excited about it. And really a guy that didn't have all summer in a normal sense because of baseball obligations. The school did a great job, this coaching staff and Coach Reardon in particular, meeting him where he was. All these tournaments, going around the country, playing baseball. They scheduled everything around that to get him opportunity, but it doesn't take the place of being here every day like the rest of the guys. And just one of the issues you face when you're talented, Toe, you know it as well as anybody.
Yeah, because I'm very talented. What Brian was alluding to is when they knew Devlin was going to be out of town with his baseball program, they did defensive drills or a focus on defense on those days, and when Devlin was in town, then they could work more on the offense. But Devlin, a splendid baseball player, ranked the #1 prospect in the class of 2027 in baseball in the state of Ohio, and also one of the top 50 prospects in the country for baseball. And then Devlin also was for baseball, was Ohio Gatorade Player of the Year. He was a finalist this year. And again, just a sophomore this past year, and now he being a junior. He's a splendid athlete, very talented, and hopefully he'll pick up this quarterbacking thing, quickly.
Interesting, we had 2 of those guys here in town now.
Yeah.
You know, Matt Ponatowski over at Moeller High School, similar, Player of the Year in both football and baseball as a junior. Wouldn't surprise me at all if things get into gear here with Devlin and he does the same thing. A lot of expectations, slow the brakes on all that. Right now, got a 10-0 lead, and the Braves with an opportunity defensively to go get the ball back.
The Braves will kick off here to start the third quarter. And Drew Seenan, who's done a real nice job for the Braves, missed that initial field goal in the first quarter, came back and banged one through in the second quarter, and he will be kicking off here to Roger Bacon to start the third quarter.
So had a chance at the half to go get something to drink. Saw a lot of families love the idea. Everybody has their time, and Daniel's going to keep playing, but some of these guys, this is it, and it's their time. Love it.
There's Vargo, and he is brought down. Oh. So the Braves do a nice job limiting Vargo to just a few yards on the return, and Bacon will start off on their own 24.
So I wanted to say something about a guy that's really special in the Roger Bacon circles and really high school football here in Cincinnati. Ron Mister, the director of football operations, our best wishes to Coach Mister. And they call him Mr. Positive over there. He's going through some things, and the coaches tonight are all thinking about him. The kids are thinking about him, and we just wanted to send our best to the Mister family.
Smart hands it to Mitchell, but nah baba nah, says Evan Riggs. Riggs has broken up several plays today, being Johnny on the spot, and if that name sounds familiar, and it was obviously last year the Braves' leading tackler, his big brother was a great player here at Indian Hill, and now is on the team at Ohio State.
Got himself not 1, not 2, but 3 rings for that natty.
2nd and 13. Smart fades back. And does he have time to throw it out? He does. Oh, nice tackle there. Wow. George Vollmer comes in there with a vengeance, and it's a completion, but a short gain, thanks to George Vollmer.
Until you think about all they went through, to get that, ball's in jeopardy, it could have been a turnover, and then you got 2 guys taking a hit, all for a couple of yards. Bacon having a hard time getting down the field right now. I'm not sure how things went at halftime, but be interested to see if they can figure this out.
That was a 3-yard gain, and it's 3rd and 7, and the Braves look like they're coming. And it is a blitz. And, oh, my, there's a loose ball, and the Braves have it. The Braves have it. And, boy, the pressure there on Braden Smart was such that he was not able to hang on, and the Braves in business.
Yeah, just a number situation right there. A little surprised with the experience of this line. Not everybody accounted for, but credit the Indian Hill players and coaches with bringing guys. And Bubba Smart really with nowhere to go, and difficult guy coming from behind and able to get the ball out. Braves with a big opportunity right here, Toad.
Well, we've said that several times today, and the Braves, the procedure penalties and a couple other things, but they're on the 19.5-yard line, but who's counting, to start this third quarter. Jacob Alexander in there with Devlin. And Jacob Alexander falls forward with about a 2 or 3 yard gain.
So at the half, not only Antoine Peak Jr. here, Demetrius Baylor back tonight, John Mark Williams back, a bunch of the old Indian Hill coaches back. Alex Meacham is here. I mean, what more do you want?
When Brian Shaw is here. Devlin hands it off. And Alexander is stopped with a very short gain. So the Braves will be 3rd and long here.
And so, best of all, I'm looking down at the Braves sideline, and on the sideline, sitting in a chair, the great Larry Eli. How about that?
It looks like that might be his season ticket this year. I think he's very comfortable and he wants to be here. And Larry's sitting on what's the Braves' 20-yard line right now, watching the action.
Sitting there, all those youth players around him, in his glory. Love it.
Evan Riggs in here with Devlin for this 3rd and 8. And Devlin has nowhere to go. 5 different Roger Bacon tacklers surround him, and it'll be 4th and 10, and here comes the field goal unit.
So it's interesting, you know, for a guy that had 8 attempts all last year, this, I think, is his 3rd field goal attempt of the game, right out of the box. Yep. So Braves getting an opportunity here to get better.
And it'll be a 36-yard attempt for Drew. Brady Drost, the holder. Beautiful, wow. Well, it looked like it might have been tipped. It was a line drive and barely clears the crossbar, but it counts. And Brady Drost puts, Drew Steenan puts the Braves up 13-0 here with 8:24 to go in the 3rd quarter.
So I'm like you. I value the hold above all else. Hey, you know, interesting. Bacon comes out, fumble, you know, end of the world. Hey, this is a tough spot. Able to keep this a 2-score game. Yep. Very big job there by the Spartan defense.
Bacon's escaped with, you know, Braves had a touchdown. Devlin scored one early in the game that was called back, and there have been a couple plays here where this game could be 27-0 at this point, but Bacon's been able to stay in the game, and they're only 1 or 2 plays away from really taking it. And the Braves, you know, with 8:24 left in the 3rd quarter, the Braves have to keep the pressure on.
Mentioned Coach Blau, John Rodenberg, in his 4th season here at Indian Hill, 21-14 so far, including a 15-6 mark in the league.
Seen him with a bouncer, picked up, and boom. Knocked down around the 32-33-yard line, and that's where Bacon will start this drive.
And Coach Rodenberg, of course, heads up that defense, and boy, has he done a job tonight. I mean, his defense actually not only pitching a shutout, but got the only touchdown of the game. The LaSalle grad from 1982. Played his college football at Capital. Been a long road. He's done a lot of good stuff. 4 state championships, three states. Another great hire by Brian Phelps.
Smart hands it off, and there is going nowhere. Jameer Mitchell tasting the turf. And that'll be a 2nd and 11. The loss of 1 there, and
Toe can't say enough about this defensive front for the Braves. Drew Rader, of course, you know what you're going to get there. Jackson Fry, you know what you're going to get there. Mikael Benamini has been a real difference maker tonight.
He's a wild card, and if he can stay focused and stay within his lane, he could be a big help to the Braves. Nice catch. Vargo.
That's a heck of a throw, too.
Yep.
You know, he's off his back foot. He's evading the rush. Good pressure there again by the Braves, and able to get that ball long throw to the sideline.
Vargo's the only one of the top 4 receivers from last year. He's the only one returning for Roger Bacon, and made a real nice catch right there.
You know, one thing you have to be impressed with too with Bacon, you're not seeing any panic in these guys.
3rd and 1. So he did not get the first down, and have a new running back in there for Bacon, it looks like. And shovel pass, and boy,
great play call. Braves bunched up on that line of scrimmage. And,
Terrence Todd, the back there that took the flip, and one of the bigger plays of the night here for Roger Bacon.
You almost kind of feel a little sigh of relief for that Bacon sideline, you know. Maybe they can actually get on offense here. Got the ball at a good part of the field, first down. Still a ton of time left in this one, just starting the second quarter. The second half.
Smart takes a snap, and he fades back, looking for an open receiver, and he goes deep. And it is, broken up.
Nice job there by Fitzgerald. Tyler Fitzgerald with the coverage there did a nice job. Bubba Smart with one of the few times tonight he's had an opportunity to set his feet, really get into a throw downfield. And Tyler Fitzgerald able to take it away.
Now, Drew Rader coming out. I hope it's just his time to take a rest, because, boy, the Braves need Drew Rader every play they can get him on the field.
Might be a little cramp here. Terry's with him. It looks like he's trying to stretch at the bench. Remarkable. When's the last time we saw a first game of the season? And that's the first I've seen of anybody with a cramp. These guys did a good job, usually starting on Tuesday to get hydrated for Friday night.
Smart is under pressure, and he gets rid of it. And there's had to play. I guess after that previous play that was broken up, there was holding on Roger Bacon. So that was a 1st and 20, and now it's 2nd and 20.
Yeah, good pressure there by Topher Wachtel.
Topher Wachtel's a sophomore, an undersized sophomore who played quite a bit last year as a freshman. He's bulked up now to 5'10", 175, but last year at 5'8", 5'9", and 160 played a really, really important role for the Braves. Smart goes back again. And boy, he flips it out, and there's an open receiver, and grabbed on there by Dylan Hartman. Shoestring tackle, and we've got a player hurt there, Nolan Murphy, the receiver. And
yeah, hate to speculate, but that lower leg, let's see if it's a cramp. Yep, looks like a cramp. Terry wouldn't go out there and manhandle him like that if it was anything but a cramp. No, I tell you what you need to do is just twist it. Yeah. Well, we said, you know, we've been fortunate tonight without the cramping. You never see this. Yeah, McKell's coming off with the same thing.
Looks like he's got some issues too. And yeah, it's not like it's, 80 or 90 degrees. We've had some very pleasant weather here the last couple of days.
Yeah, get into the second half and you lose those fluids. And at that point, you're not really able to replace things the way you need to. You've kind of lost your window. It's like if you don't start Tuesday, you can't hydrate Friday afternoon. So you get to a game situation, it starts happening, and it's something that's really tough to get through.
Well, we're virtually halfway through the third quarter, 6:01 remaining, and that nice 11-yard pickup makes it a 3rd and 9 for Roger Bacon, much more manageable than what was 2nd and 20.
Yeah, Bacon at a point here, I know they're only down 2 scores, but if they don't get points on the board soon here, I think momentum just gets away from them.
shoot. They thought we might have had it broken up or even a pick, but a nice completion there at the far end.
Yeah, Gibson with the good baseball player too, Toe. Man after your own heart, Gibson. Boy, great job going to get the ball and getting his hands out on that ball.
Well,
Fitzgerald couldn't have covered him any better.
It brings up a 4th and 1. And clock is stopped. But 4th and 1, and Bacon has thrown the ball every play this series, and we'll see what happens now. Bubba Smart is going to roll out, and he has nowhere to go, and he is dumped. Bubba Smart thought he made it to the 35-yard line, but 34 was the first down marker.
Yeah.
And Bubba Smart is unceremoniously dumped by the Braves, and the Braves will take over.
I think he's looking for help there, looking for somebody to throw the football to. That's really not the strength of this team. But nobody there, nobody uncovered. Good job of that Braves defense. A lot of people doing their job on that one.
So the Braves take over on their own 36, which is about the worst field position they've had all day, Brian.
Pretty nice.
Devlin Daniel. And he gets through the first line, gets down about a 7-yard carry on first down and bring up a 2nd and 3.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Yep.
You know, gives him a lot of options now on 2nd down, makes the game easier. He could use a little bit of that about right now. And, you know, Roger Bacon, boy, I tell you, you come away empty. Getting the ball down on that side of the field, you can only do that so many times, Toe. I know there's plenty of time left, but there won't be another couple drives.
Daniel in the backfield with Jacob Alexander. George Vollmer on Alexander gets pretty close. It'll be interesting. He either got it or he's short by a foot.
Yeah, looks like he got it.
Wonderful. So 1st and 10 for the Braves. They keep the chains moving. They keep the clock moving, and Alexander comes out for a well-deserved rest, and in comes Evan Riggs to play the running back position.
So a couple of notes in the CHL I thought were interesting. This year, Madeira has 55 kids in the football program. School with what, 425 guys or people total?
Yep.
Half of them guys.
Vollmer gets the pitch, and he's got a little bit of running room. George Vollmer gets all the way down to the 40, and great run. 13-yard gain for the Braves, and
all of a sudden it's a cramp every play. So
yeah.
Boy, great job by Devlin Daniel to hold on to that.
The last possible second. Yep.
Yeah, really made life easy for Vollmer, who did the rest.
Vollmer's been in motion at least a half dozen times in the last several minutes, and they finally went to him, and he delivers. That's great.
So Braves all of a sudden starting to win this battle of the cramping, which I know it sounds silly, but boy, I tell you what, you get the second half of these games, if you got guys that feel like they can really run versus guys that are favoring it because they're worried about another cramp, that makes a big difference.
And Brian, you mentioned earlier the Braves have been rotating offensive linemen, defensive linemen, linebackers, and running backs, and so these guys have a chance to rest a little bit for a couple plays before they go back in. Bacon has kind of stayed the course.
Excellent point, Tom.
What was your point, Brian?
Well, that's why I was excellent. Boy, you're good. You're good. You know.
You're the
9
best.
guys out of 10 don't return that way. That's awesome.
Devlin Daniel, and Devlin gets the first down and then some more change. And speaking of this, the chains are moving. Devlin about a 14, 15-yard run, and things are going pretty smoothly right now. And don't stop now.
Yeah, Bacon in dire straits right now. Need to keep the Braves for sure out of the end zone, but boy.
Braves down to the Bacon 29-yard line, 1st and 10, and with just 3:40 left until the end of the third quarter. Devlin Daniel and Evan Riggs, and there's Evan Riggs. And Riggs dives forward with another first down for the Braves.
So you just look at this Bacon defense right now, and when guys get up after plays, it's tough. These
It's
guys
punishing. You've got some punishing runners on the Braves. I mean, Devlin Daniel's a hoss, right? And Ashton Graham in the first half, I mean, that's a load. And Evan Riggs, I mean, I wouldn't want to be hit by him. You know, when you're on defense and you get hit by those guys, even if you tackle them, that's going to take its toll on you.
Yeah, right now everything's just going downhill on Roger Bacon. You know, from a defensive standpoint, everybody's running downhill, and that's tough. It's tough.
1st and 10 on the Roger Bacon 13 for the Braves. Riggs, and it's fake to him, and Devlin Daniel gets into the end zone. And the Braves now take a commanding 19-0 lead. Interesting here, will they go for one or two? And Tough, they are going to go for one.
Yeah, so this is setting up for a huge fourth quarter for Devlin Daniel. I mean, you look at everybody's running like in knee-deep water right now, and he's running downhill.
13-yard touchdown run for Devlin, so he ties Jackson Fry for the team lead in touchdowns. Drew Seenan, and it is good, and the Braves up 20-0 with 2:58 left in the third quarter. So Braves have a little pep in their step right now, and this would be a great series to shut Roger Bacon down and cement this thing.
So another note for the CHL coming into this season. This is kind of remarkable, but Wyoming, 8 times in the last 9 years, has finished the regular season at 10-0, and they did it last year. It's absolutely remarkable. So we'll see what the Cowboys. They're at Ross tonight, trying to get some scores here for our viewers.
Well, I'm more concerned about the last 14 minutes and 58 seconds of this game, Ryan.
CHCA at the half up on Bishop Fenwick. Actually, that's moved to the fourth quarter. Some of the Region 16.
Drew Seenan get ready to kick off here from the 40. Nice shot.
Oh, jeez.
And it's well, it didn't come loose enough for one of the Braves to pick it up, but the Braves have had a lot of success in the kicking game today. And the Braves do get the ball. Wow.
So that was a heck of a bounce off the helmet.
Yeah, but that was recovered by Sam Metz.
Yeah.
And meet the Mets. That's great. A fortuitous bounce for the Braves, and lined up again. And let's see if Devlin Daniel can punch it in again.
Yeah, I got money on that one, too. That was off the face mask.
Yeah.
Boy, that was a heck of a bounce.
Well, again, almost every kick today that Seenan has done has caused Bacon some problems. They've had difficulty handling it. Devlin keeps the ball. No, he had handed it to Evan Riggs, and boy, it was difficult to see. And Riggs gets up to the line of scrimmage, maybe gains a half a yard. Well, I'll give him a whole yard. So now it's a half. So a half yard for Evan Riggs. George Vollmer coming out of the game. Dylan Hartman coming in. Don't know how much we're going to see the ball in the air at this point, because the Braves really would like to kill clock and put a couple more points on the board.
I think you're not going to see it at all. fact, I think, yeah, you're going to see some handoffs, but I wouldn't be surprised if Devlin Daniel runs wild here the rest of this third quarter and fourth quarter.
Evan Riggs is back. Field mate. Oh my goodness. Well, they fooled everybody. Dylan Hartman with another catch. And keeps in bounds and keeps the clock running. Third and short. As the Braves try to kill clock and gain some more yards at the end of the third quarter. Hartman coming out. Coming in is Jake Freshwater. Third and 3 from the Roger Bacon 16. Daniel keeps it himself, goes around left, and he's in the end zone. Devlin Daniel, his second touchdown in the last 3 minutes. And Braves feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
Tell what's not to feel good about. 5 guys on the ground in that play, and one of them wasn't number 5 for the Braves. He went in a couple of arms on it, but really nobody getting pads on him.
Well, Devlin Daniel, a punishing runner to say the least. A lot of people know he's got several scholarship offers as a running back, including one from Miami of Florida and the University of Cincinnati. Drusinen, he's true. And the Braves up 27-0 with a $1:12 left here in the third quarter. And I think when the third quarter comes up, we may be able to see some people starting to leave and beat the crowd.
So I understand that there's a new tradition that's going to happen in the booth. At some point, you're going to wake up the echoes of Dandy Don and sing the old, is that Willie Nelson tune?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Who is it? Yeah, you're not going to do it? Yeah. A couple scores around the city tonight. LaSalle up by 42 against Coleraine. Tony, that's unbelievable what's happened at Coleraine. St. X up on Lakota West 14-7 as they're playing in the fourth quarter. Clinton Massey up big in their game. And I'm not sure if it's a surprise because I really don't know anything about the other team, but Ross up on Wyoming 21-7.
I loved him. I loved him in Friends. Drusinen, and another short kick, but he gets a bounce out of it. And Robinson gets down, pushed down at the 25-yard line, and that's where Roger Bacon will start this drive.
Batavia up at the half, 19-14 at Madeira. And the Preppy battle, Toe, this is your speed right here. Summit up on Country Day in the third quarter, 6-0.
And that's in the Argyle Sox League, right?
Hey, Northwest playing Wilmington tight, 14-10 game. The Braves will have Northwest next week, right here.
Smart hands it off, and boy, there's a big run there for Jameer Mitchell. Braves broke a couple tackles there, and
looks like he's going to hobble.
Yeah, and he's hobbling off with the cramps as well. So. Smart fakes and throws it over the middle. Another Terrence Todd is his second. He had that shovel pass earlier, but boy, a host of Braves. Roger Bacon has not given up. They
no fight lost on top. Yeah, that's for sure.
34 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Big backs for this team. You know, yeah. Terrence Todd, 5'8", 200 pounds. Jameer Mitchell, 5'8", 212.
Drew Rader coming out of the game, and Terry right next to him.
Just need to get them going north-south. Braves have done a nice job. Keep that from happening.
Ooh, hands it there to Geraci, and he's popped. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. And the Braves feeling pretty good about themselves coming out for the third quarter with a 10-0 lead. Tack on 17 more points here in the third quarter and up 27-0 when we come back here to start the fourth.
Still so much in this next 12 minutes of play for this Braves coaching staff to get at. John Rodenberg out there right now imploring them not to have any letdown emotionally. Just keep fighting, getting better. You got a lot of clock here to get better for next week in Northwest.
Well, as you mentioned, Rhodey was the coach at Bacon for a couple years, about 17 years ago. So he's familiar with the culture there, and he would love to get a shutout here. And the other thing is there's an opportunity to try, and we're not really sure who's the backup to Devlin Daniel, and a couple other spots. It'd be nice to give them an opportunity to run a series or two. Is it Ben Sichel? Is it Luke Mitchell? Give them an opportunity to experience some against a good team like Bacon.
You mentioned that culture at Bacon. It's a really good thing. We talked about Meach earlier. Alex Meacham is here tonight. Bacon grad.
Smart throws the ball. Wow. Boy, you know what? I think he was. That was a really nice throw. Difficult to come down with, but I think there was another Bacon receiver that was up that maybe distracted. But we'll take it. It's
two guys in the area, no doubt.
Yeah.
Think about all those Bacon guys. I mean, Pat Kelsey, the first 3 years in his career before he went to Elder High School and won a state championship. He's a Spartan. And then who would forget that team that beat LeBron James and Akron St. Vincent St. Mary? That'll always be one of the highlights for Roger Bacon.
The principal at Roger Bacon played on that team, Tim McCoy.
Yeah. Monty St. Clair, of course, Beckham Wyrick, another Green Hills connection there, member of the Stacy family.
Rolling out, backing up, and he throws it up for grabs, and one of the team managers catches it. So
we talked about having 5 DBs back there and how hard that is to find space to throw to. The other thing the Braves have done a tremendous job with is getting pressure. I mean, that's another back foot throw, and he's been making them all night. That's tough. That's a lot to ask.
4th and 8, and Bacon's got to go for it, and they are. The ball all the way over here on the hash mark, closest to the Braves bench. And Bubba Smart has half the team in motion, and there's a timeout for Roger Bacon because a lot of confusion. That'll be their first timeout, so they'll still have 2 left, but
no reason to save them. I mean, if you don't convert this, the rest of them aren't going to do you much good. So the other, I think of Roger Bacon, the other guy that comes to mind is a great Tommy Kramer, pitcher for the Cleveland Indians, and probably the nicest guy you'll ever meet if you have that pleasure.
I thought that was you.
I'm the second nicest, I think. No, I'm pretty sure I'm not in the top 10, but Tommy Kramer is definitely there. And, got to have a lot of success and a lot of people happy for him. That was a long time ago, though, Tony. That was a long time ago. Hey, how about this coaching staff? You got a lot of questions, a lot of new guys in different positions. You come out here tonight against a veteran team with guys that are established and outplay them really in every facet, Tony.
4th and 8. Whatever sliver of a hope Bacon has, it relies on this play. Smart goes back. And he has to give it up early, and they're going to call another on son of a gun. That was Smith. And they're going to call a pass interference. And Brody Smith did a really nice job. It's similar to the one in the first quarter.
Well, and here's the difficulty. If he catches the ball, he's on the ground and he's in front of the sticks. He's in front of the first down. He doesn't have a first down. So even if he catches it, and again, love the competitive spirit, but the understanding of where you are on the field, you did the only thing that's possible to get them a first down. That's the only scenario in which they get a first down. They don't do it by themselves.
Brody Smith was not holding him. He had the arm there and he pushed up till he could get to the ball, but it's a ticky-tack call. But when you're up 27-0, you're not going to get a lot of calls.
So how great is it that this team's been able to overcome those things? You know, they're still pitching a shutout. They've had a few things happen.
Jameer is the ball carrier. On down the play by number 60, James Alexander.
Braves doing a nice job talking to teammates about end-of-play situations. Don't want to hurt yourself. Don't want to shoot yourself in the foot right now. A lot of leadership on this team. Guys talking. Love to see that.
It's a good senior group this year. Bubba Smart drops back.
Phenomenal, getting some pressure.
Yep. And Brody Smith again there to break it up, and fortunately no pass interference called there, even the ball was out of bounds. Brody Smith had an unfortunate end to his season last year. He got hurt really badly about halfway through the season, wasn't able to come back, and making up for lost time here. He's a terrific cover corner. Third and 9. Smart. Oh, Jackson Fry had a beat on him. Oh, my. Well, the Braves break it up, but there's a pass interference. And they're going to call it on Dylan Hartman.
Yeah, Hartman with the contact on a ball that the only guy that was going to catch that ball is Brady Drost. He had the best opportunity of anybody on it. You know, Toe, this is the best possible scenario. So the great thing about high school coaches, the thing that I marvel at is these guys are going to cut up film between tonight and probably tomorrow at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. They're going to come in by position group and have things for guys to look at. And it's pretty nice to win a game handily like this, but yet still have a lot of stuff to talk about the next day that's, you know, instructive.
Yeah.
This is the best possible scenario for these coaches. So much good has happened.
Bubba Smart takes a high snap, flips it out. That's Gus Hoffman. Sophomore gets run out of bounds, and Bacon knocking on the door.
The places that Jackson Fry gets to, it really is remarkable. And this is a guy that, knock on wood, I haven't seen cramp tonight, but so he's all over this field. I mean, 1 minute he's bearing down on the quarterback, chasing him. The next minute he's on the sideline, catching the ball, you know, a receiver in the flat.
Smart looking for a receiver, and he's got one.
Oh, what a catch.
And it's a touchdown.
Wow. And he comes up with the
Devon Gibson.
Yeah.
And he's cramped up, yep.
Yeah. But, hey, he didn't cramp before he made a terrific catch over there in on the side of the end zone. Unbelievable.
So Roger Dakin dents the scoreboard,
and a good throw there by Bubba Smart as well.
But Davion Gibson is hurting, and trainers come out, and we've got to stoppage of play. Braves come over to the sidelines and talk to Coach Rohde.
Just amazing the amount of time these guys put in, and and obviously, you know, this staff for Indian Hill has done a terrific job of winning the big battles and allowing for some mistakes to not get in the way. Really is incredible. For an opening weekend, I mean, this is as good as it gets from a preparation standpoint. These coaches are to be applauded, and the kids, of course. You know, the players are the ones that make it go. But boy, this staff has done a lot to get them to this point. You can tell.
Well, 27-6, so Bacon has to go for 2. They need 3 more scores after this one, and so going for 2 is what's going to happen here. They're going to kick the point. Wow. Well, that's I'm shocked if this isn't a fake. And they get it, 27-7, but down 20. You're going to need 3 touchdowns here in the next 10 minutes. If you had gone for 2 and made it, you needed 2 touchdowns and a field goal. But
so the other thing I think that tonight you got to feel really good about if you're Indian Hill is just the number of guys kind of showing you that they have either potential to make plays or that you can trust to make plays. I mean, the list is as long as your arm of guys that have contributed tonight. And boy, that's a good feeling.
No, and a lot of guys that we haven't spoken about in the past. You know, a lot of new guys that are really getting their first opportunity at the varsity level. Joey Jernigan, number 12, has been playing some linebacker and all over the place. Great coverage, and one of the reasons that Bubba Smart hasn't had a very fruitful evening is Mr. Jernigan. But a lot of guys can be called out that have made major contributions tonight. And we're anticipating an onside kick here.
We got the second bounce.
And it goes out of bounds.
Yeah.
And the Braves will get the ball in excellent field position. I think we've mentioned that before tonight. Man, if the Braves had the ball inside their own 30, I don't think. I mean,
they have the worst positions around the 35.
Yeah. So the offense has been operating without the shadow of the goalpost to their back, and.
Yeah, happy to see that ball sail out of bounds because he got that second bounce, and that's the one that gives you trouble.
Yep.
Nice job, but just didn't have anybody over in the area. And the Braves, thankfully, didn't have a deflection off a Brave player. Just went out of bounds.
So the Braves will start at their own 48-yard line, and number 20, Chaz Hayden, is in the game as a wide receiver. So is Sam Metz in the game as a wide receiver. George Vollmer is a wide receiver, and Jake Freshwater. I don't think we're going to be throwing the ball, but we do have 4 very nice young men out there as wide receivers right now. And here comes the pressure. Nowhere for Daniel to go.
Interesting, you have a blitz and you have guys that are pulling to the right that vacated the spot. It's really a tough situation for Devlin Daniel there. And that's, that's going to happen. You're not going to see everything and have everything planned out perfectly every time.
Well, that's a loss of 5. And it's 2nd and 15 here with 9.5 minutes to go in the game. And here comes all out. Oh, and they're going to call offside slides there on number 33 for Roger Bacon. That's Tom Bettinghouse. And those will make up for the 5 that Devlin Daniel was caught behind the line of scrimmage for. Now we're at 2nd and 10.
Devlin a little fired up after that one. He liked it.
Clock keeps moving. Daniel taking his time, trying to draw him off again. No rush. Devlin Daniel. And the scrum moves him forward and then backwards. So
yeah, Daniel in an awkward position there with that jersey spun around in traffic. Braves, the other thing I'd say tonight, that you really got to be thankful for, or you got to be impressed with, is
the cramp.
Yeah, the fact that the Braves offensive line, really not many penalties with that group of 5. Really, most of the stuff that's happened, whether it's a procedure or whatever, has come from the
wideouts.
Out on the perimeter. So that group's been really clean, especially for week 1.
Well, Devlin gains about 5 yards. And Jacob Alexander with cramp. So he'll come out. Good news is he looks okay. The bad news is the clock has stopped. Really is amazing, Brian. It's not hot and humid like it has been the previous couple weeks here, and really cooled things off, and yet the cramping is significant.
It's funny, we just came out second half, and it's just night and day. Well, literally, right?
3rd and 5. And the clock is moving again. Whoa. Jackson Fry with a nice block. Evan Riggs with a great run. Braves with a first down to the 35-yard line.
So you just said it, Jackson Fry and Evan Riggs. You gotta like the personnel pre-snap that you saw in that. You know, this is built for this time of the game. You gotta worn down, make it defense. This is good personnel right here. I'd like to see this finish.
And again, the Braves milking the clock. No hurry.
Really remarkable what Jackson Fry has been able to do on a hot night tonight. He has literally been everywhere. The only thing is they haven't gotten him the ball. I'd love to see that a little bit going forward. Not now, but going forward.
Mike. Well, Jackson Fry just destroyed number 15, Vargo from Roger Bacon. If we don't have the replay, but he just rode him right out of bounds. He had...
You know, finishing a play, blocking in space. I mean, he just really everything that they could possibly want him to do. That young man does. He's a most versatile guy, I think, on the team and has been for a couple of years.
That was Stenger that he just obliterated.
Well, just the fact that he's continuing to play hard at this point in the game. He's out on this play.
Oi. No.
Good job.
There was a fumble there. Devlin Daniel was able to recover his own fumble and keep the clock moving, but this will be a 3rd and very, very long.
It's kind of strange, Toe, but there was some good in that, just in the sense of just looking at him look down the field with guys around him. Seemed very comfortable with that, and then put the ball on the ground but didn't panic, got it back. I think we're going to have a really good quarterback here in a few weeks.
Well, 3rd and 27. And you don't want to take a lot of risks here. And there's Evan Riggs. And if he can get outside, and he does, Evan Riggs, boy, is that close. Evan Riggs did get the first down. 3rd and 27.
So there's an old term that Hank Stram used to use. Can you guess what it is? Well, can you remember what it is? Matriculation. And that is matriculation right there. An experienced, very comfortable running back who's not trying to do too much, allowing the game to open up for him. And he just matriculated down that left side and let things develop. Very patient runner, very smart runner. Really nice job there.
30-yard run.
That shouldn't have happened. If he's not patient, it doesn't happen.
30 yards for Evan, and Braves are in business again and trying to milk the clock and maybe put it in the end zone one last time. Devlin Daniel, George Vollmer with a block. Devlin Daniel gains about 4 yards and taken down. So now we approach the 5-minute mark in the game, and Dylan Hartman coming in. George Vollmer coming out. Again, the Braves been rotating players really every play. 2 or 3 guys going out, 2 or 3 coming in, and again, Brian, you know, it's the other good thing is it speaks to the potential depth of this team, and Coach has confidence in an awful lot of players.
Yeah. No question about it, and you have to. You know, I know in the CHL, it's always like, well, who do you trust? And we don't have many guys, and this, that, and the other. But look, there's only one way to go, because if you want to be successful, you have to have numbers. So, you know, the other thing I would say, and we always talk about Devlin and what kind of character and great teammate, things of that nature. But one thing I think that always impressed me is when you go out and do something that's not your natural. Everybody knows if you put him in, you know, as running back right now, he's got 300 yards and all the stats and all the glory and everything else. But for the good of his team, trying to play a different role that doesn't automatically suit him. It's going to take time. And I haven't seen him shy away from one throw, one play. I haven't seen him revert to what's comfortable. I've seen him stick with what they're trying to do the entire night, and I think he should be applauded for that.
Going to throw. Played Freshwater. So now with 4th down, we're going to see another field goal attempt. So you mentioned that Drew only had 8 attempts all last year, and this is his 4th for this game?
I think so, yeah. Pretty good. I like to see him get a little lift on this. It's the same kick, you know. It just seems like when they get backed up a little bit, we see line drives. And,
that's, you know, 35 yards.
It's not going to happen in practice. This is the best thing possible for this team.
And he got it.
You know, Toe, I think, and I could be wrong because I never did it, but I think sometimes kickers, it's kind of like you with your driver, you know. I mean, you just feel like you got to do too much, and when you try to just trust the swing, you know, whether it's the swing of the golf club or the swing of the leg, trust the swing to get it there. I think everybody's big fear is that they're going to be short, you know, on a field goal attempt, and that's okay. You know, but we got to get the ball up in the air. A nice job there to get it up in the air, and I think it's just going to get better. If you look at his kicks progressively, I think every single one of them has gotten better through the night. You just can't replicate it, I don't think, in a practice situation.
Well, the Braves up 23 with 3:40 left. There are a lot of people headed to the cars right now, and with a big smile on their faces, especially from this side of the stadium.
Where are they heading? So they heading to 50 West?
That's a good place to go. Another punch kick and another. Well, I thought maybe he had touched it. No, they're going to call it in the end zone as a touchback, and Roger Bacon will put the ball in play again here
It is
See if
a great place to go. In fact, 50 West and Bobby Slattery has done so much for this school.
the whole Slattery family.
Yeah. Really love to see that.
So we'll see if Bubba Smart comes out again here with 3:36 left, or if Roger Bacon's going to try something a little bit different, but nope. It is the senior Braden Smart coming out for what we hope is the last series of the game for Roger Bacon.
Right now, I'd just like to see Bubba Smart get out of here in one piece and go have a big week, too. They're going to Western Hills next weekend, and I'd like to see them get back on the horse. Really good player. We didn't see the Roger Bacon that I think everybody on that side would want us to see tonight. But they got a couple of them, Western Hills and Hughes, and then they get back into that old rivalry with McNick. And then they set up for the end of the year, really with Summit, at Summit, at CHCA, and then the finale with Purcell Marion, and that one goes back a long way. Really wish those co-ed teams had stayed together. You know, really enjoyed that. But
I think you mean co-ed schools.
Yeah, well, the GCL co-ed, yeah. wish they had stayed together. Just, you know, the geography on that, I guess, got a little tough. But something missing.
Oh, there's Mitchell again. He's had a heck of a night for Roger Bacon. The pass game really hasn't been there. The Braves defense, you mentioned with 5 defensive backs, have really made passing for Bubba Smart at a premium. But the running back there, Jamar Mitchell, has been a battering ram and really has gained a good amount of yards with a lot of really tough runs.
Braves at home next week. They host Northwest, so another week of the routine and the Friday afternoon, no travel. It's a wonderful thing. And then they get on the road a couple of weeks after that. But by then, I really think this team will be cooking.
Well, and we'll be back here next week, Brian, when the Braves play the Northwest Knights. Here's a pass. Bubba Smart, say goodnight.
Yeah, I mentioned getting out of here in one piece, and I think right now, I know Bubba does a great job of looking downfield, keeping his eyes up, but right now it's time to lock onto somebody and get rid of the football.
Topher Wachtel and Joey Jernigan there applying the pressure and smothering young Braden Smart.
You know, until we said it at the outset, I don't know that that's not a high school record for somebody last year in Bubba Smart. You know, you think about progressions and kids that are comfortable being in a pocket with traffic and everything around them. But for a guy to throw to 17 different receivers, I mean, it obviously says something about the depth of the program last year. But to throw it to 17 guys, I don't care if you got 17 good guys. You always got 1 or 2 that you're comfortable with. And for him to get it distributed like that and then throw touchdowns to 7 different guys, because most of that stuff's coming on one side of the field in a smaller area, really remarkable.
Well, now remember, he did lose 3 of his top 4 receivers from last year, so this is a different team. But the Braves defense has been outstanding. And there it goes again. Man, that's Jamar Mitchell has had a heck of a game. I'd imagine he's at 140 yards or so rushing already. Really done very well, and with multiple cramps, he's been really, really strong for them. With just over 2 minutes to play, the Braves are going to be able to ring the bell here in a minute.
So I think as impressed as we are with Roger Bacon, just looking at their kids and what they have, what we know they're capable of, you have to be that much more impressed with what Indian Hill did tonight.
Bubba Smart scampers out of bounds, and with under 2 minutes left now, Braves feeling pretty good, and we look forward to Northwest, Brian, next Friday at 7 o'clock right here.
Don Flint's running back group acquitted themselves very well tonight. Got a lot of guys that he got ready. Hats off to Coach Flint. How many times do you think Coach Flint carried the ball? Coach Flint, for those of you that don't know, about 6'5", maybe 275. He's a big man. Love it. You know, one thing I think, though, when you've got that offensive lineman's mentality is just to trust and stay with things because you respect so much the guys up front. And then you think about having Coach Masali coaching those guys. I mean, every year we know that Coach Reardon, the offensive coordinator for the Braves, goes and says, hey, Coach, what kind of line do we have? And we'll build our offense around what their capabilities are. Big year of transition, as we mentioned, from big road grader type guys to a smaller, more athletic group on that offensive line. And not a lot of, I mean, some experience, but some inexperience as well. And boy, they played a clean game tonight.
The Braves only had 10 points at halftime, 7 by Jackson Fry in the defense. The offense scores 20 points in the second half, 2 touchdowns by Devlin Daniels and 2 field goals by Drew. So nice turnaround. The coaches obviously made the adjustments that were necessary. And well, you know, one thing, Brian, a little bit concerns me is Ashton Graham played such a great first half. Knocked down again. Is that Jackson Fry?
Yeah.
Who else?
Still got a lot of fire right now, Toe.
Yeah.
If you're and I'm not sure what his situation is, I'll look into it for next week's broadcast, but if you're a college football coach, I mean, Jackson Fry's got about as much frame and as much athleticism as you could possibly want. He's coming out of a great school district with a great high school coach.
And he's really got a great upside, right? A big upside, which, as you know, is better than having a big backside.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think to your point, there's just so much more. I mean, I would love to see them throw the ball to him. I'd love to see him, you know, I just think there's so much more available. But again, they asked a heck of a lot of him tonight already, and he was everywhere on this field.
Yep. A lot of players were, but yeah, Jackson Fry obviously, you know, he got rewarded for with a touchdown as well. So.
I think I called him Jackson Hayes early in the broadcast, which, you know, that means he's getting paid by the Lakers. That's a good thing.
And he's grown about 8 inches.
He would post the heck out of Jackson Hayes, just to be honest.
That's Brooks South taking the snaps here for the Braves as a quarterback. Brooks, a sophomore. Listed as 5'8", 145, which is small for a quarterback. But good to see somebody else getting a few snaps for the Braves and getting their real introduction here to varsity football at Indian Hill. Letting the clock tick down, 2nd and 8 with 1:10 left in the game. Sal takes the snap, pitches it. Jacob Alexander, and nice little gain there for Jacob Alexander. It's going to be a 3rd and maybe a half a yard, 1 at the most. The Braves will let some more time tick off the clock, and well, the Braves accomplished what they wanted today, right? They got the first game jitters. A lot of guys playing new positions, especially the quarterback, Devlin Daniel.
Yeah. And this Jacob Alexander, Toe, I just hope he doesn't outgrow the position because I like watching him run the football.
Yep. Well, he's listed at 6'2", 190, which is a pretty darn good size in this league. Ashton Graham at 6'3", 195. That's a heck of a backfield. And Evan Riggs, who might be the strongest guy on the team, is your 3rd back. So that's and Alexander bullies himself for a first down, and Indian Hill has fried bacon. Go to first watch. And Braves emerge victorious. John Rodenberg defeating his previous school. Brian Phelps out there on the field right now, kind of excited.
Is that his excited look right there, Tom?
That is. That's how he gets emotional. Yeah.
Well, I think this is about as good as it could go week one. The score, the guys involvement, the clean play of the line. You know, you got a quarterback that stayed with everything, and you got a number of silly little things that you can clean up and point to say, hey, you guys could be better.
Well, we'll have to next week when we're here for Northwest. Thanks so much for Denny Dubs and his cast of thousands, Steve Overberg, Gino Cardosi, and there's so many people behind the scenes that make this possible. And please come back and join us next Friday night at 7 o'clock when the Braves play the Northwest Knights. I'm Tony Harris here with Brian Shaw. Good night and good football. Exclusive coverage of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network has been a copyrighted presentation of the Indian Hill High School Video Department.